Shalom Talmudim. Bring it up to the full screen here. There we go. Shalom. Welcome to weeks 10 and 11. I'm just going to do one video for both weeks because there really isn't anything new next week. All you have is your paper to do over the next 2 weeks. So I hope that you had a nice spring break. I hope that you were able to rest and that you were ready to do what I think is a really exciting project. Hikayon and I spent a lot of time a year or two ago redevising or sort of redesigning the paper description for this paper, and I think it's a really great opportunity to research and carefully reflect on the meaning of a profound biblical passage. And I think that a lot of you sort of sensed the profundity of the passage when you were doing your translations 2 weeks ago of this section. So it's just a really important and powerful section with remarkably relevant impact and meaning, and also just timeless meaning about the character of God and the character of creation and God's desire to be in relationship with not just the people but the world that God has made. And there's lots of irony, and it's just a delightful passage. So I hope that you feel that this process over the next 2 weeks will really usher you more fully into a nuanced and deep understanding of this text, but also that it will set you up and give you the resources and the tools and the experience to be able to do something similar to it with other texts in the future. Not to write an exegetical paper, but to get really deep into a text. Whether you're going to be teaching on that text in a Sunday school, or preaching on that text, or leading a Bible study through a text, whatever kind of experience that you're going to be engaging the Bible around. I hope that this is helpful for you to think about the text in these various ways, historically, literarily, and so forth, culturally, etc. So please read the paper description carefully. It's been carefully crafted for you, and we tried to provide a lot of explanation, not too much, but sufficient explanation so that you really sort of understood what we were asking for and describing. I want to give you a little tutorial on using the library databases. It's possible that some of you have not had any experience with the library databases, so I just want to show you. That's why I'm doing this as a screencast instead of just capturing it right into Canvas. So I'm going to put myself down in the corner here, and so here we are just at the Google homepage, and I'm going to bring us to the library. So you may have received an email from Steve Michaels a while ago, a week or two ago, saying that the library tab in Canvas is not functioning correctly at the moment. So you have to access the library databases through the library's webpage. Okay, so here we are at the library webpage, and you want to go to Find here in the corner, and you can do searches for all kinds of things. You can look for books, you can look for ebooks, but I particularly want to give you a tutorial on how to look through the databases. So some of you might be confused by the section near the end of the paper description where I said look up some articles, scholarly articles in the ATLA religion database. ATLA is what it's referred to as. So that you want to go to articles and databases, and here the very first one is the ATLA. Religion Database. And this is a database that's filled with thousands upon thousands of scholarly articles, and they're all searchable. You can search by author, by title, by keyword. It's just great. And then there are also these other Old Testament abstracts, New Testament abstracts. These are all databases that either the seminary subscribes to, or some of them perhaps the library staff have put together for us to look through. So here we go. The ATLA Religion Database, it brings up this page. So you have to sign in. So if you're a faculty, staff, or student, you want to just go to click on that button and it'll bring you to this page. Please sign in. You want to just sign in with Google. Do it with your Google email. Mine, I believe, is my computer just has remembered the username and password. So if you haven't done that yet, just type in your Western Seminary email is your login, and then it brings you to this page. And there are lots and lots of options, but you don't have to be overwhelmed by them. Basically, you want to do your first search window here that's highlighted, and then you can select if you want to look through the actual content, the text, look through the abstract, do it by author, title, book title, or subjects, or if you just leave it at select a field, then it'll just sort of search them all, or be like a keyword kind of thing. Okay, so let's just do Jonah. So it gives you some recommended searches there, and then let's do Kikayon, just to see if anything comes up. Okay, and then search. See what comes up. Okay, so 2 articles came up that include both Jonah, the word Jonah, and the word Kikayon. Okay, so when it starts by giving you all of the publication information, so author, the journal it's in, the version and number, date of publication, and then the page numbers, and it's an article, which you can see from this icon here on the side that it's periodical. Now, the nice thing about the ATLA Religion Database is oftentimes you'll be able to download the full PDF text. So you see one of these has the full text, and the other one may or may not, but probably doesn't. But it does have it at Western. So it's in Western's archives, but it's not available for download. So there you could perhaps request it. If you wanted to read this one, you could perhaps request it from Allison in the library, and she might be able to photocopy it and send it to you, or work out some way. I'm not quite sure how distance learning works with that, but I imagine that you could get it somehow. So let's say we don't want to limit our search to the specificity of Jonah and the Kikayon, but why don't we try and do the reference, Jonah 4, 6 through 11. See if anything comes up with that. No results were found. All right. Obviously, you can see I did not try this first. Okay, so it did say 9 through 11. Let's see, that was one of the recommendations. No results were found. Okay, so how about Jonah 4? Okay, so here we have a number. You can see lots and lots and lots of texts come up. Some of them are relevant, some of them are not, right? So this is Jonah 3, 2 through 4. So you get Jonah and 4. The first one, many cattle. That might be interesting. So you could try other keywords like bush, for instance. Or you could try plant. Okay, so here you have a number of things coming up, right? So go through, look through what are you interested in? How do you want to do the search? And then read through the descriptions of the articles you find. They'll give you a little excerpt of the abstract. If this is relevant to you, great, download it, look it up. If not, go on to the next one. Try a different search. So hopefully that's helpful. That's just a very simple, brief introduction of how to use the database. Yeah, so if you have questions as you go through the process, don't hesitate to contact me or contact your lab leader. We are here to help. We want you to succeed. And one final thing is that if you're participating in the A work, then the translation for the A work, I believe, is due the same day that the paper is due, in 2 weeks. So just heads up on that if that's something you're planning on doing. Okay, I'll see you online. Shalom.